Hey everybody, Panda here to bring you my series review of Sakurasou no Pet no Kanajo. I really wanted to get this out, so this should hopefully come out the same day as I do the final episode review. But this is like one of the series that I've been watching ever since the first day it came out. I believe it came out like last season in October. But basically, this series is probably one of my favorite romance comedy series of this of last year, and probably maybe this year, depending on what we get. But that's enough me like bring on to the season, actual seasonal review. So Sakurasou no Pet no Kanajo, or as it's known in translation as the Pet Girl of Sakura Hall, is a 24 episode slice of life romance comedy series that focuses about a kid named Kanda Sorata who moves into this hall called Sakurasou because he likes cats, and unfortunately his regular dorms don't have that, and he has to move into the dorm known as Sakurasou for problem children. And his main goal at the start is to leave, but he meets a girl named Sheena and eventually gets convinced to stay in the dorm, and what turns into taking care of her as his sort of like master and pet, like turns into a lot more throughout the series. Now, the series, what I really do like about it, has a realistic telling of how to deal with failure when being around geniuses, how to adapt to reality, which is unlike a lot of shows and romances being like all happy dappy and like friggin' like kindness and like everything goes on like best days ever sort of stuff. This series really does take a lot on the gritty stuff that we have to deal with in normal life. I mean, how many times have you been shot down by a person you love the most, who you think is like the best person ever? How many times have you been declined for a job application, or just bummed out by a test, like in school or like college, like when you get the results, or like when one of your friends did something that you didn't want them to do? A lot of things that happen in real life, Sakurasou does that. Now, there are a lot of good things about the series and a lot of bad things about it, but I'll get to the bad parts at first of Sakurasou. The bad parts, what I really did not like at the start, Sakurasou, is that the second season is a very shaky start. I mean, yes, like Sorata went on a freaking rampage throughout the second season of being a dick, then to being kind, and so on, which can really get onto you. It's a very slow start as well. People may be turned off by how it starts off, how it's like, oh, a traditional, like the guy's clueless to like the girl's feelings, and that might throw people a bit off. And as well, apparently, if you're a visual novel fan, then I think there is a character missing. I've seen a little bit of the visual novel from like videos and stuff, and apparently there was a girl missing out the series. I don't know. It depends whether or not they're going to do another season, or I have no idea what's happening with that. Maybe just because they only had 24 episodes, they couldn't squeeze in her story. Maybe it had something to do with that, but yeah, that all apart from that, the series good. I mean, we do have little slight problems with character. Personally, I don't really like Aoyama that much, one of the main girls, a lot. But she is sort of one of those characters that are traditional in animes. One of the sort of like, oh, I'm there for you, like sort of tsundere types, and then starts crying all of a sudden because she starts failing. Now that's the same thing with Sorata, but the best parts of Sakurasou is the soundtrack in this series is amazing. It always like whenever you need to get pumped, or like whenever you're just having a comedy scene going, there's always a soundtrack to make it going as well. Sticking to the soundtrack, the opening for the first series is amazing. Although I got attached to the second opening as well. I wasn't too keen on the second ending. It wasn't anything I liked. Characters you can, like I said, you can relate to realize things that either happen to you or friends. That's what I like about it. It's like that's how romance like sort of series is supposed to go. If you can relate to it and you start feeling bad or glad that characters went with certain people, that is. And I gotta say, I really did love a lot of the characters. Sheena is absolutely adorable. I could absolutely die for her. And that is one of the best things. The characters as well. I mean, you got Sheena, the main girl, who basically acts like the pet to like Sorata's master. Which their relationship is very weird, as like Sheena is like a very great artist, and she does her own manga, and Sorato's trying to be a games designer, and you know, Ayama wants to be a voice actress. Misaki, she wants to be like an anime drawer, like Ryosuke, computer designer. Jin wants to be a script writer, and you know, Rita as well. She has her own goals as well, but we didn't see too much of Rita as well. And Chihiro as well, the sensei. There, another little few nitpicks that I can pick about the series that we didn't particularly see too much of them. But like I said, it was absolutely great from the start, and as well, there is a chance that they could do a next season of this. It is still currently ongoing. The the freaking visual novel, and I got to say, you know, I wouldn't mind a second season. Sure, it probably might not be as good from the second season, but I really do want to see how far they're going to go, especially with the ending of the series. And that's the thing, you could really take place at the episode 23. It is a possible ending to the series, but 24 I don't see as a little after story, like what really happened after that day, although it had some real big meaning to it at the end. What would I rank this series? I would probably give it an 8 to an 8.5, as I really did have a lot of fun with the series. It's like what I always got up to see every Tuesday morning to watch some Sakurasou, and I just had a blast with it all the way through. I mean, if you don't love Sheena through this series, it's like, God, there's something wrong with you. Like, I just gotta say, but she's like one of those little adorable girls. It's gotta say, like, and I'm not talking about adorable like you call freaking Sora's sister. Fuck that little girl. I don't care about her. But Sheena's just one of those girls you just you could just cuddle. But like, it's like adorable. But let me know in the comment section below what you think about this, because I was trying to think of like how I could get people into the series, and then at the same time I had to think about it again after reminding myself of the best parts of the series that it did at the end of the episode, and it just reminded me it's not a perfect series. Don't like take my words out there. It's not perfect whatsoever, but it is a very good romance, like compared to a lot of stuff that I have watched, and it's a little bit hard to like the romance series. I think at the start, since I hadn't seen a lot of great ones throughout time, and a lot of them I do see do kind of suck a lot. I mean, some of them never even get animes or never like just go downhill after a while. But so far, as I said, like the shaky start of season 2, you know, I think it really went uphill after a while, and overall it was a great series. But that's all from me, people. Remember, you can click the subscribe button if you want to see more, as I will be doing a lot of seasonal reviews as well. I will be doing the next season as well of animes. I do episodes reviews for them. But the next seasonal review you probably see of me might be Haganai or something else. I think Haganai is the only one I need to catch up to. But that's all from me, everyone. So thank you very much for watching. As always, remember, Stratla Banda, Sana, and I'll see you next time, people.